Hello and welcome to season 2 of Revved Up. Now we are super excited to finally have Revved Up back to the screens and also build into season 2. That means we're going to have fun twofold. Now on this episode, on this season as well, we shall be having a bunch of new folks from CEOs of all these car companies to rally drivers, lots of car fans out there, all that will be on the show that is Revved Up. Plus, this season we are also pushing these machines out wider. We are taking, on most cases, these cars to different locations across the country. We're trying to push them as much as we can and see what these locations, first of all, look like, and secondly, what the cars can perform like in those locations. For example, episode 1 of Revved Up season 2 is at the Rainforest Lodge down here in Mabira, where once again have 2 beautiful machines that we shall be pushing. So welcome aboard, and as always, keep very safe on those roads. This is episode 1 of the second season of Revved Up. Welcome aboard.
On this edition of Revved Up, Car Care, brought to you by Toyota Uganda. It's always best to spend a little time checking up on your car, so that you don't have to spend a lot of time later fixing it. Before you set off on your next journey, here are a few things to look out for. Give your tires a quick inspection to ensure that the treads aren't worn out. The tire treads help to grip the ground and ensure that your car doesn't slip when the wheels are turned. This is especially important in wet conditions, so be sure to check your tire treads regularly and that there are no tears or bulges. Visually check your tires to see if they're in need of inflating. Don't forget to also check your spare tire. Keep your safety in mind with a fire extinguisher, reflective triangle, and a first aid kit in case of an accident. Pack a toolkit with a spanner, screwdriver, pliers, and a car jack in case you need to change a tire or make simple repairs while on the move. Start your engine and check that none of the car's warning lights linger on the dashboard. Next, take a look under your car's hood. Make sure that your battery terminals are not loose and that they're filled with enough fluid. Check your engine oil. Power steering, coolant, and brake fluid levels. Before setting off on your journey, always top up your windshield washer with clean water. Take a quick peek under the car to make sure there are no leaks from the steering, brakes, or radiator. To ensure good visibility when driving, make sure to check that your windshield wiper blades are in good condition. Inspect the blades to make sure they aren't frayed or torn. If you find any of these items are not as they're supposed to be, have your vehicle checked by an authorized, trained technician to ensure that you're safe on your journey. Now, you're ready to be on your way with the peace of mind that only a safe and healthy vehicle can bring.
on Revved Up, I felt we should probably address this for once and for all. One of the biggest fears every driver out there has is your car not responding to your questions, not feeling your car is doing very well on those roads, not feeling your car is being optimized. Now, every time, you need to make sure your car is in the best condition. First things first, take care of the engine. How do you take care of the engine? By making sure you use a fuel that actually does not only help maintain the engine, but also helps make it durable and optimize its performances. There's no other fuel but Shell V-Power. Make sure next time you want fuel, turn off to a Shell station, get yourself Shell V-Power, and your car will answer every question you're asking.
Futuristic vehicles, brought to you by Shell V-Power. You've probably heard of the infamous supercar, the Bugatti Chiron, but get prepared to forget all about it when you meet its replacement, the one and only Bugatti Chiron. The automotive world was stunned when Bugatti unleashed its latest creation, packing an unbelievable 1,479 brake horsepower, almost 300 more than the Chiron. It can reach 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 2.5 seconds, a staggering achievement considering the fact that it's not a hybrid like most other supercars. It gets its power from an 8.0-liter quad-turbo engine that's responsible for giving this car the top speed world record. It's capped at 236 miles per hour for road use, but without this limit, it has reached speeds of 268 miles per hour. The body is made of carbon fiber, which makes it considerably lighter than other cars, and the molding of the exterior is simply exquisite. The classic squat dome-like grille is combined with a row of cubic headlights that give it unique features. It is curvy yet edgy, with a sleek sports car appeal combined with a millionaire's taste. You have to be a millionaire to own one of these Chirons, not surprisingly, as they go for a colossal sum of nearly $2 million. There are a limited amount of only 500 of these supercars being crafted, with 150 already pre-ordered. So, it's unlikely we'll see many of these cars on the streets, but the Bugatti Chiron is certainly a model that will be talked about for many years to come.
Alright, so this season on Revved Up, we are taking social media very serious. As a matter of fact, you can join us on our official Facebook page, that is Revved Up Uganda, and check out all the big headlines from the shows we've run to the big interviews we've had to many details behind the scenes as well. Or better still, you can join us on our official YouTube channel, that is Revved Up Uganda. There, we have all the shows that have run from season 1. We have the behind the scenes clips and a couple of shorter videos as well. And guess what? The big story, the big headline this season, we have our website. Ladies and gentlemen, that is revvedup.ug. Now all you have to do is go to the website, and then you'll find the shows, the short clips, never seen before footage that we are showing you finally on the show, plus everything to do with the cars and all the biggest headlines as well. It is your one-stop center for everything the motoring world in Uganda, probably East Africa as well. revvedup.ug. Do join us.
Road Review, brought to you by NC Bank.
All right, so on our road review for our very first episode for season 2 of Revved Up, we've gone Isuzu and we've gone with the all-new D-Max. This is a 6th generation pickup. Beautiful machine, as we shall be looking at it very, very closely. It has had lots of improvements. If you remember from last season, we had one of these on the show, but now there's been so much changes. This is a 3-liter right behind me, and it's one of those that you honestly want to take on the road for all the luxury that always comes with. But since this is season 2, we've decided to go twofold. So we've decided to bring both of them here, the manual and the automatic, and help us with the manual and the automatic. In terms of the comparison of both, I've been joined by Mr. Paul Kaganzi, a man you will be seeing on the show more often throughout the campaign. He will be doing lots and lots of car care with us and also driving some of these cars. Paul.
Thank you, Andrew.
Welcome aboard, man.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. I've been trying to get you on the show for quite a while.
Well, here I am.
Yeah. All right, finally, I want you to realize how many wrong decisions Paul has made over the years. Number one, I have brought in a 3-liter. He's brought in a 2.5. I have brought in one that has horsepower that goes to 170. One is 134. I have brought in one that has a bolder look, more confident look on the outside. I can't say the same. What kind of mistakes are these? Why did you bring that very car? Why is that the car you prefer out of these two?
Actually, these are not mistakes, Andrew. I'll tell you why. I like to live a practical, non-pretentious life. That's me. Practical, non-pretentious. So if you look at these two vehicles, the other one, blingy, pretentious. This is practical, hard stuff. What you see is what you get. Yeah, that's why I'm going for this 2.5-liter truck.
Let's go through this as slow as we can. First of all, we might talk about the difference in engine and the transmission. But you have the same payload you're going to use.
Yes, 1.5.
1.5 tons. And we have the same fuel consumption, which is about what, 13 kilometers to the liter?
To the liter.
So what's the difference? Yet I have more luxury with my car.
True. I'll tell you what, with the manual transmission, I have more control. I actually get to do what a pickup does. Go and do my field work, go on fleet business. If you look at the designing, it's beautiful. Let's start with the outside. I love the D-Max, don't get me wrong. But if you look at this, and later on mine, it's not as commanding. Though, Paul, you seem to have all the basics that you need. But look, I've got the fog lights. I've got the bold look. It's not pretentious, not got bling on it. I'm not going out like the other one. The other one seems to be going out for dinner. But this is going to the field to make money. Yes, I've got good clear lights.
Yes,
not
that
quite
can take you through a forest. Now, let's look at a quick difference. That is what Paul calls the beauty that is his. Let me take you through mine. This is the 3-liter we've been talking about. This is automatic transmission. Just one more time to remind you. I have very, very intelligent lights here. Daytime running lights as well, right down there.
LEDs.
Meaning I'm as confident through any kind of situation, whether at night, whether it's foggy, and I'm very comfortable. And of course, these
when you turn, your lights turn with the
these
steering.
do turn with your steering wheel.
Absolutely.
It's such a commanding front. The grille is out big. The Isuzu logo is right in front of you. It just spells confidence compared to yours.
It exudes luxury and maybe a little bit of spendthriftness, or should I say pretentiousness.
Paul still believes he's on the right side of this story. Let me tell you something, my friend. I have 18-inch, I have a side step, and I have a roof rail. And all those three, by the way, come standard.
Now, I'll tell you, Andrew, with this practical truck, I've got 16-inch alloys, which means I can go anywhere without worrying about damaging them. But the good news is I can get the optional 18-inch if I need them.
They're not standard. They're not standard.
They're not standard, but as an option.
Okay.
And then I don't need the side steps if I'm going to wade through water. But if I need them, I can get the side steps, the roof bars. If I do need them, I don't need them. Yes. So I can get the option.
I have something here. I have this. And I can keep this in my pocket. Do you have keyless entry on that car? Which I do have here.
Oh, yes. With the flick of a button, I can open the doors. That's keyless entry.
Yeah, but you must hold the key in your hand.
Oh, yes, I must. I must be sure that I've got the key. So you might lose the key and not know you don't have the key until you get to the door. But I will be sure I've got my key.
All right. We can have as many arguments, Paul and I, as we want, because he's trying to really, really win this argument. So what we should do, let's take these two machines on the road, check out the interior so we can conclude on performance, Paul.
Sure thing.
Hmm?
You got a deal.
You're confident?
Yeah, right on. Let's go.
Let's do this.
The thing I like about my choice of the 6th generation Isuzu D-Max is its manual. And manual is practical. When you're driving a truck out in the field and you're probably going to get stuck, you need a manual transmission to choose or select the right power while gearing. And with the manual transmission, I feel more in control. I feel like I'm in charge. I feel like I can do anything I want to do with this truck. But with automatic, you know, the car is doing it for you. So, you know, you just hope it selects the right gear. But here, I can pick the right power. And yes, it's basic. It's a bit plasticky, but look, I'm out there in the field, it's dirty, it's wet. This is what you need. Tough plastic. No gizmos, no razzmatazz, no funny electronics, not likely to break down. So I like this car. This is the truck I need to go to the farm, to my building site, or to work like a workhorse. Feel the power. I like this power. Look at, I like the grunt of this engine. Quiet, smooth. I've got 134 horsepower. 134 horses towing this truck. And that's enough power. Good fuel economy, 13 kilometers to the liter. Look at that. I like the way it shifts smoothly. 5-speed, nothing complicated. Good response. The AC is very simple to use. I can even regulate it without looking there. And I think that's what I need out there in the field. When I'm concentrating on where I'm passing, I don't need to start pushing buttons. And this is good enough for the field.
First things first, you realize my version of the car today is more high-end. It's more top spec because my steering wheel is all busy, as always, with most of these new generation cars. It's got all the whole Bluetooth, the whole cruise control and everything. Also realized I started with a push start, unlike Paul, who had to use a key to start his. Now I'll tell you something, one of the first things you realize when you sit in this car is how high you are because of its ground clearance. Its ground clearance is 260 millimeters. Just let you in on the facts, Paul's ground clearance is 230. So for starters, we already are winning. So this one's wedding depth is 600 millimeters. And of course it's helped by its ground clearance, which makes it very comfortable for you. Paul will probably slightly struggle more than us, but they are still both safe cars. And like I said, this is the slightly more high-end version. So if you look at my dashboard, for example, I have a beautiful infotainment system in there. I have a 16-inch screen, which by the way is color and touch. And it's also internet ready. There's a browser in there, meaning I can Google anything. Just make sure I don't do that while driving, because I try to make sure your concentration is fully in one place. You have your USB, you have your Bluetooth. It's everything you need in a simple, luxurious car, especially if you're driving in Kampala. Steering wheel, like I said, it's a very busy one, which of course is fully in coordination with what is happening on your dashboard. But all that aside, safety. Safety in cars like this, it's everything. And I think Isuzu has made sure whoever jumps into any of these pickups is safe. First of all, it's got 3-point seat belts. It's got 6 airbags. Of course, things like traction control, ABS are all standard with the automatic version, which makes you pretty much safe every time you hit those roads. And did I mention, it actually feels nice. Feels nice driving on this kind of road. I'm enjoying it. Very smooth. Which of course is the other reason I love being the presenter of REVVED UP, because then it means you don't only get to drive the best cars around, you get a real first-hand experience with most of these cars. And trust me, the Isuzu D-Max, specifically the automatic version, which I'm driving today, is a beautiful piece to have on these roads.
This car feels strong for a 2.5 liter turbo diesel. I can go up this hill in gear number 2 and will only need to shift up when I get here. Okay, the 2.5 litre engine is a little bit underpowered, but look, when the turbo kicks in, I feel the power. So who needs a big engine? I'm sure the maintenance costs are also lower than the bigger 3 litre engine. And I think this is one thing that designers at Isuzu have thought about. They've thought through it, because this generation now offers the 2.5 and 3 litre, while the previous generation only had the 3 litre, the 5th generation. So 2.5 is a popular engine because it's cheaper to maintain, for one. Fuel economy is the same, but you know, you don't have to worry about maintenance. And for a guy out there in the field, maintenance is important. Simplicity is also important, key. And the practicability of the vehicle. Here we go. We've got 4-wheel drive that I can actually shift on the go. I don't need to push levers. I just need to turn this rotary knob and I can shift from 4 low to 4 high or the other way around. Which means I don't have to stop when I'm shifting. It's shift on the go. Fantastic. The thing I like about this base model, for a price difference of $20,000, I still get to get luxury. I have safety, twin airbags, I've got power windows, I've got air conditioning, I've got a good stereo with Bluetooth, by the way. I've got a CD player. Who cares about the fancy gizmos? I've got what's enough to keep me entertained as I think about my business on the road.
Now, making a choice between 2 pickups can be one of the hardest tasks that you're always going to go through. Which one do you want in your driveway? We have the automatic, we have the manual. And while the automatic, for example, can give you a horsepower of 170, this one gives you 134, but it's a 2.5 and it's a 3 litre. Are you one of those who are more bent to the luxurious part, which suddenly the automatic gives you, or you're in for the practical and workhorse, which of course the manual does give you? What I can tell you, 2 big similarities between the two. One, the payload is the same. 1.5 ton for both of them is what they actually can carry. And the fuel efficiency, when it comes to both cars, is also pretty much the same, 13 kilometers to the liter. The difference is the price. $60,000 on the road, $40,000 on the road. 20,000 is the difference. The decision is yours. All right, folks, as always, thank you very, very much for joining us tonight on REVVED UP. It's a big return for us as well. It's the first episode, and we've enjoyed a foresty welcome to season 2. Now, hope you've also enjoyed our 2 cars today, the 6th generation Isuzu D-Max pickups, the automatic or the manual. The decision is fully yours. All we can do is try and explain to you as much as we can. Hope you guys keep safe on the roads. It's something we say on REVVED UP every single week. Drive safely, mind and respect the other road users. See you next week. Goodbye.
Next week on REVVED UP.